It's May 27th, 2025. We're in Wenatchee, Washington State. This police officer is going to meet Travis Decker after he rear-ended another vehicle in a store parking lot. It's just a fender bender, and the police officer tries to reassure concerned Travis Decker that he won't be going to jail for this.
Oh, no, you won't go to jail for it. That's an infraction. That's not a criminal offense.
But what this cop could never have known is that just 3 days later, this man, Travis Decker, would murder his 3 young daughters at a remote campground and then vanish without a trace into the vast wilderness of the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Have a better day.
They're all great days.
What's that?
I said they're all great days.
Yeah, all right.
Hey,
man.
be safe out there.
Yeah, thank you.
It sparked the largest manhunt in Washington state history, and police expected to catch the suspected triple murderer within days. But this case is different. Travis Decker isn't just any fugitive. He's a survivalist and a former army soldier with elite military training. He knows how to disappear, survive with almost nothing, and live off-grid for months at a time. And people who know him say he's been preparing for something like this his whole life. And months later, not a single trace. No body, no footprints, no clues. Travis Decker, America's most dangerous dad, is still out there.
Alright, so we'll have to be in touch later. Yeah, let me know what's going on. You alright? What? You alright? Yeah, you be alright? I'm gonna be alright. I'll be good. We'll work this out. Alright? Appreciate it.
The saga began at 5 p.m. on May the 30th, when Travis Decker picked up his 3 daughters from his ex-wife Whitney's home in Washington. By 8 p.m, the usually punctual Decker hadn't returned the girls, and Whitney called the police. 3 days later, on June the 2nd, the bodies of a 9-year-old Paitlin, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 5-year-old Olivia Decker were found at an abandoned campsite near Leavenworth, just 38 miles from the girls' home in Wenatchee, Washington. Decker's abandoned pickup truck, which he was believed to be living in, was discovered about 100 yards from the girls' bodies. The discovery sparked a massive multi-agency manhunt for Decker. Federal authorities scoured thousands of miles of rugged, treacherous terrain in Washington using drones, swift water teams, cadaver dogs, and GoPro cameras. What began as a straightforward search for Decker, one that should have been resolved in days, soon spiraled into a complex and exhausting pursuit. Decker may have been on foot, but he's an army veteran skilled in wilderness survival, and Decker had a 3-day head start. The FBI isn't hunting an amateur, they're chasing a trained survivalist. Decker is a former Army paratrooper and elite ranger with advanced combat, navigation, and survival training. He served in Afghanistan, mastered moving undetected through mountains and forests, and learned how to live off the land for months. This is a man who's not just comfortable in the wild, he thrives there. His father told police that Decker had been disappearing into the backcountry since he was a child, stashing food, tools, and supplies in remote locations. He's lived completely off-grid before, once for more than 2.5 months, with nothing but the gear he could carry. Those who know him say Decker is fiercely self-reliant. His alleged murders of his 3 daughters shock them, but a doomsday-style escape into the wild, that fits his nature perfectly. Authorities believe Decker may have already built hidden shelters in Washington's vast wilderness, stocked with food, fire-starting kits, clothing, and navigation tools, enough to survive for as long as he wants. With skills like this, Decker can vanish into some of the most remote terrain in America and remain completely unseen. That's why, even after a search costing over $6 million in the first month alone, the FBI still can't find Travis Decker. At one point, federal agents thought they caught a break and spotted the fugitive dad in an Idaho forest, but it turned out to merely be a Travis Decker lookalike named Nick. Furthermore, if Decker is alive, he could literally be anywhere by now, including in another country. Decker could be trying to cross state or even international borders. On May 26th, 4 days before he picked up his daughters, Decker made Google searches for "how does a person move to Canada" and "how to relocate to Canada." According to federal court documents, Decker's daughters' bodies were found in a campground around 11 miles on the Pacific Crest Trail. The Pacific Crest Trail is a well-established trail that runs along the entire west coast of the US, from Mexico to Canada. The trail ends at the northern border, the boundary line which separates the United States from Canada. While Canada recently stopped allowing hikers to cross the border without official permission, there's no fence or barrier where the Pacific Crest Trail ends, meaning that Decker may have already slipped out of the US, escalating the search into an international manhunt. Of course, there is another possibility. Some say Travis Decker might already be dead, which could explain why he still hasn't been found. But after massive search efforts, including the use of specially trained canines, experts believe Decker is probably still alive and at large. Law enforcement expert Todd McGee tells ABC News, "Dogs are trained to sniff out cadavers, so it's likely Decker is still on the move." And a survivalist and skilled outdoorsman like Decker can avoid capture for years. After months searching for Decker, law enforcement at every level says they've scaled back efforts to find him, explaining that there'd been a sharp drop in tips and leads that could help find the girl's killer. But a cold trail doesn't mean a fugitive has given up. It often means they're getting smarter. Just look at the Olympic Park bomber Eric Robert Rudolph, who dodged the FBI for 5 years by living off-grid in the harsh woods of North Carolina, foraging at night, stealing vehicles, and hiding in cabins and caves to stay one step ahead. Survival skills can keep someone on the run for a long time. As Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison tells ABC News about the hunt for Travis Decker,
we're still optimistic. We know that we have a daunting challenge ahead of us, but I do believe that we can get closure for this case. It may not be in the next couple of months, it might be in the next couple of years, but I mean, eventually time should work in our favor, and we're hoping that we'll get that break.